This is lecture 20 of CS47 Computer Organization Study. In this lecture, we'll study about division digital circuit. This division is assumably integer division. Before we dive down into the digital division, let us first review how the decimal division takes place. Let's say we have some number like a big number, uh, almost like 661,578 division by 31, right? So on the paper pencil, what we do, we look at this big number, which is dividend, and this dividend number, we start from the left hand side, that is the highest significant digit, most significant digit side, and bring up, okay, what number is going to be more than the divisor. Like here, it's from the left hand side, it is 66. So we pick up 31 multiplied by 2, 2 as a quotient digit, and then multiply 2 with 31, that becomes 62, the most nearest number we can go with multiplying 31. And then we subtract that 62 from 66. Our subtraction result is 4. Then we kind of bring down the 1, make a 41 in the next step, and that being more than 31, more than the divisor, we go on computing the quotient digit. Now, what we are actually behind the scene doing, we are not really multiplying 2 with 31, but what we are doing in this case, we are multiplying 20,000 with 31, which gives us 62,000 as a multiplication result, and we subtracting, and my subtraction result become like 41,587. So this is the nearest value we can go by multiplying 31 with some power of 10. Okay, that's the behind the scene implication of what we are doing on the paper pencil method, and what we often don't understand at that point, right? So your division is practically become a subtraction step, and repeated subtraction step till you reach a number which is less than the divisor. Okay, so let's continue with this process. So in the paper pencil now, we bring down the 1, we finalize the digit 2 as my quotient digit, one of the quotient digit, and then 41 more than 31, so we multiply 1 with 31, go to the nearest integer we can make for the 41, and we subtract, that's value is 10. Behind the scene, what we are doing really is basically multiplying 1000 with 31, and that gives me 31,000. Subtraction becomes 10,587. Then on the paper pencil side, we bring down the 5, and then this one I can multiply 31 with 3 to go to the nearest value of 105, which is 93. Subtraction result 12. Behind the scene, what we are doing, we are actually multiplying 31 by 300, and that's what gives us 9,300 value, and we are subtracting, getting the 1278, 1278. We continue with this process, bring down the 7 on the paper pencil. Now we can multiply 4 with 31 to go to nearest value 124 for 127, and subtraction 3 is the subtraction value, and behind the scene we are actually multiplying the whole 31 with 40, which is gives us 1240, and my subtraction value is 38 here. We bring down the 8, multiply 31 with 1, go to the nearest value, integer value 31 of the 38, and go, my subtraction result is 7, whereas in the behind the scene, now it's a unit place multiplication, it's 1, and we subtract, and that becomes 1. So when I say we go to the nearest to the integer, it's to be precisely complete statement, it should be like go to the nearest integer which is less than the one we are targeting. Okay, it might happen that some multiplication go little over that target, and we won't take that. We always take the nearest one which is less than my target value to be fulfilled. So in this case, we finalize both of them, and my quotient become 21,341 with remainder is 7. So that's what the decimal division. So what we need to understand from here to understand our digital division circuit is that it's a bunch of subtraction from the original dividend till we come to a value which is less than the divisor. And also, this property has to be followed in the digital circuit. This remainder sign has to be same as the sign of the quotient. Okay, no, remainder sign has to be same as the dividend sign. So if the dividend is of a positive sign, your remainder has to be a positive remainder. If dividend is of the negative sign, your remainder has to be the negative, has to be a negative number. And quotient signs follows the same as that of the multiplication. Like both divisor and dividend are positive or negative, my quotient sign is positive. If one of them, like between quotient and dividend, one of them is negative and another is positive, my quotient sign is negative.